Hello everyone, today we'll take a look at the best 144Hz gaming monitors in the market for 2021. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I'll try to help you find the right one for your needs. To see the most up-to-date prices and find out more information about these monitors, you can check out the links in the description below. Before we start, I have a question for you guys. Which monitor are you using right now and would you recommend it? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. LG 27GL850. Best for the money. The LG 27GL850 is one of the hottest gaming monitors currently. What makes the monitor so special is the built-in nano IPS panel. LG takes advantage of the reaction advantage of a TN panel without sacrificing the color, contrast and viewing angle advantages of IPS technology. In combination with a 27-inch display diagonal, 2560 by 1440 resolution, 144Hz refresh rate and adaptive sync, the LG 27GL850 is a dream come true for gamers. When viewed from the front, the LG 27GL850B shows its particularly narrow edges. At the top and towards the sides they're just 0.8 cm. At the bottom it's 2 cm. The connection options include two HDMI 2.0 sockets, a DisplayPort 1.4 socket, two USB 3.0 downstream sockets, a USB 3.0 upstream socket, a 3.5mm jack audio socket and a DC power input. All sockets are easily accessible and placed at a sufficient distance from each other. The monitor has no G-Sync hardware module installed but supports FreeSync and is G-Sync compatible. Both users of an AMD and an NVIDIA graphics card can use adaptive sync. The LG 27GL850 is an all-rounder among gaming monitors. The screen's not only interesting for gamers but it's also very suitable for office work, film and video editing and for watching films. The nano IPS panel convinces with a good color space coverage, X-Works, a high display brightness and wide viewing angle stability. The nano IPS panel does not achieve the promised response time of 1 millisecond G to G, but with an average response time of 4 milliseconds, it's currently one of the fastest IPS panels on the market. Number 4. AOC 24G2. Best under $200. The market is just fierce with competition right now from different manufacturers, with AOC aiming to take a good chunk of the real estate with the 24G2. The AOC 24G2 is a gaming monitor with 144Hz of refresh rate, featuring a 23.8-inch IPS panel with 1 millisecond response time via backlight strobing. The monitor also comes with AMD FreeSync technology, the premium one, which is really nice. This is an entry-level high refresh rate IPS panel display which serves as an alternative to the popular TN and VA models. Besides offering the most accurate color reproduction and the widest viewing angles, IPS panels also offer a good balance between TN and VA variants when it comes to the overall performance and image quality. The AOC 24G2 is the latest iteration of the brand's 144Hz 1080p monitors that's always garnered acclaim with their reasonable prices and excellent performance. This model isn't as fast as TN variants when it comes to pixel response times, but its excellent color quality more than makes up for it. The IPS screen is vibrant, plus it won't need calibration unless you need absolute accuracy for editing on the side. Ergonomically, the 24G2 has a lift, tilt, swivel and pivot option via its updated stand design. A cable route is also implemented, though it's nothing fancy. Still, the monitor supports VESA mounting for extra flexibility. For that price, you won't find better. Number 3. LG 27GN950. Best 4K 144Hz monitor. The time for 4K monitors has arrived and LG is in the lead. In the style of other manufacturers, LG's gamer line has its own name, Ultra Gear, and its 4K proposal reaches levels that we did not imagine before. 144Hz and 1 millisecond response in glorious 27 inches. The 27GN950B leads the gamer line and achieves impressive results with a VESA Display HDR600 certification with a 10-bit image processing. The result? Great fluency in video games. Settings on the monitor can be done in real time without the annoying second to black that we sometimes had on previous models. Both G-Sync and FreeSync are compatible with this IPS panel. The monitor has two HDMI ports, a DisplayPort 1.4, the one you should use to get 4K with 144Hz, a USB hub with two USB 3.0 ports that are enabled by connecting a USB-A cable to the computer. As I mentioned earlier, the LG 27GN950 boasts a 27-inch IPS panel with a 3840 by 2160 resolution, a 144Hz maximum refresh rate, and a 1 millisecond boosted response time. The backlight is rated at 400 CD per m squared, while the contrast ratio is at a typical 1000 to 1. The monitor is rated for display HDR 600, so it has a few local dimming zones and a higher peak brightness when HDR is achieved. 4K in a 27-inch screen is great for games and movies since everything looks crisp and clean, even if you lower some graphics settings in many titles. Definitely an amazing 4K monitor that'll perform great both in-game and outside of it. Number 2. Dell S2719 DGF, Best Runner-Up. The Dell S2719 DGF is a mid-range gaming monitor with more or less high-end specs. The only difference between this model and just about every other high-end screen on the market today is the TN panel. Other than that, what we're dealing with here is about as good as monitors get in the sub £500 price range. Of course, it's all about the specs first and foremost. They start with a 144Hz refresh rate, which you can overclock to 155. The swift refresh rate like that will let you experience sharp, tear-free graphics. However, as is usually the case, the monitor's refresh rate doesn't do that much on its own. It's very much dependent on the response time, frame rate, and other aspects involved in this equation. Now, the response time here is 1 millisecond, so about as good as it gets these days. Naturally, the frame rate depends on your hardware. However, with an AMD GPU, you'll be able to do much more with the monitor than one might imagine. Using the FreeSync feature, the model lets you reduce input latency and practically eliminate the usual stuttering and tearing that occurs during gaming and video playback. The model's various ports are a huge plus too, featuring HDMI 2.0, HDMI 1.4, DP 1.2, USB 3.0 upstream, 3 USB 3.0 downstream, headphone out, audio line out, and the USB-BC 1.2 charging port. You'll be able to work with many different devices and/or peripherals at the same time. In other words, the Dell S2719 DGF will let you play like a king without paying a king's ransom. The model's specs are fantastic for the price. You'll be able to enjoy the fastest moving visuals in captivating detail. Number 1. Asus TUF VG27AQ Best Overall. The Asus TUF VG27AQ is not exactly a flashy monitor, but it is bursting at the seams with quality. It's ordinary looking, but it packs a punch and offers an incredibly speedy monitor for gaming. There's a 165Hz featuring adaptive sync support, 1 millisecond response time, and it's both G-Sync and FreeSync compatible. Add into this Asus's own extreme low motion blur sync technology, and the in-game pictures this monitor provides are some of the smoothest and best you can get on a 1440p monitor. Asus has largely maintained the same design as its other gaming monitors, which is great because its stand is truly outstanding. It's clean and simple with amazing ergonomics that allow for all sorts of adjustments, including rotation into portrait mode and VESA mounting capability. This monitor offers a full array of ergonomic versatility as well as 2 integrated 2-watt speakers. Its display connectivity includes 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.2 and 1 3.5mm audio out. Note that the Asus TUF Gaming VG27AQ can have its refresh rate overclocked to 165Hz, but can only do so when plugged into a device via the DisplayPort. The HDMI port can still support 144Hz. Overall, thanks to its IPS panel, the image remains accurate at any angle, but blacks look grey in a dark room. It delivers a very responsive gaming experience thanks to its remarkably low input lag, and it has a very fast refresh rate that improves the overall appearance of motion. Definitely the best for the price. Buying guide. Panel types. There are 3 popular types of panels when talking about monitors. Like much else, every panel type has pros and cons, and your preference and priorities will dictate what's best for you. IPS panels offer better colors and color ranges compared to other types of panels. However, they're not able to match the blazing fast response times and ultra-high refresh rates that a TN panel can offer. That said, it boasts excellent viewing angles and ensures color accuracy and consistency from virtually any angle. VA or vertical alignment panels offer the best of both worlds, giving you access to decent viewing angles, color consistency, color ranges, and refresh rates. However, they do suffer from relatively weaker response times compared to other panel types. Size. Gaming monitors come in a wide range, starting from 24 up to 48 inches. In my opinion, the most ideal screen sizes for gaming are 24 and 27 inches. Anything more than that usually makes it very hard to play the game properly. That's why I wouldn't recommend you go over 27 inches unless you're buying an ultra-wide monitor. Refresh rate. The refresh rate of a monitor is the number of times per second that a panel can refresh an image. Hence, 60 or 144Hz refresh rate indicates that the monitor can update 60 or 144 times per second respectively. A higher refresh rate, 144Hz and above, enhances fluidity in games and helps when playing fast-paced reactive games that require excellent reflexes.